The Fresh Toones Music Show is underwritten by the Animation Workshop at Animatus Studio, providing animation instruction since 1993. Please visit their website at animatusstudio.com. The youth have a bone to pick. Welcome to the Fresh Toones Show. My name is Dave Paltz, and the title of today's show is called Writing Your Songs from a Poem, Episode 6. As you can see, I've done a number of these shows about writing your songs from a poem. A lot of that has to do with that I've written over a couple hundred poems in the last 3 or 4 years. And those poems have been great inspirations for just about the same number of songs. So I hope to maybe inspire, maybe hand on some information that might help other people write some poems and then maybe write some songs from them. A lot has to do with writing regularly. I have a journal that I write in at least 3 or 4 times a week. And that keeps me writing, keeps me thinking about how to write things better. And then I'm constantly observing things. The poems that I'm going to share with you today happened to come at a point when there was a lot of political turmoil in this country. And it was back in 2021. And this first poem is called A Bone to Pick. And after I share that with you, I'll play the song that was inspired from the poem. A bone to pick. The youth, they have a bone to pick. The bee within our bonnet sticks. In our not-so-distant history sits. Antiquity amiss no longer fits. Here we are, and it is now. If we have the will, we have the power. Our memories are not yet bygones, until new chapters right the wrongs. It would be waste to stay in place. Stale ways can change. It's not too late. Well, now I'm gonna play you the song for A Bone to Pick. Both the poem and the song are about how the youth have a bone to pick, can be frustrated with older adults who want to ignore problems and look away and pretend they don't exist. They're a bee in our bonnet. They spin around in our heads. And though we might try to ignore them, they're there all the time. And the youth know it. And they're going to keep reminding us to get on the stick and start doing something about some pretty serious concerns that we have with climate change and our Supreme Court. So here we go with A Bone to Pick. The youth have a bone to pick. The bee within our bonnet sticks, not so far off. In our history sits things gone amiss, no longer fit. But we are here, and it is now. If we have the will, we have the power. Our memories not yet bygones, into new chapters right the wrong. It's it's a waste to stay in place. Stairways can change. It's not too late. Let's lift our hammers. Let's turn the page. Let's walk together. Let's sing this way. We have no choice but to raise our voice, to say no more, not gonna do like before. The youth have a bone to pick, have a bone to pick, have a bone to pick. Yes, they've got one big bone to pick. Well, the youth certainly have a bone to pick. In this next poem called Future Now, about how our efforts now produce the future that will be. And there's a couple of lines in the poem that I really like. There is no seeking that's ever failed. Basically, if we keep seeking, we can't fail. In that process of seeking, we'll grow. We will find a connection with those things that will continue to encourage our seeking and our growth. Future now. Proceeds the future from the now. Wishy wishes will be resolved. Each twist and turn, a step closer to. We turn the knob and we step through. If we ignore our powers to achieve, our destiny predicts much rougher seas. Cassandra's prophecies loom large, but hers are not our fate, we charge. Ahead with each opportune availed, there is no seeking that's ever failed. With eyes wide open and potential staring, the future beckons for those the daring. Well, when I come to writing the song after I finish the poem, usually the last 3 years I'd write the poem in the morning and then write a song in the afternoon. Sometimes I'm not sure what's in the poem that inspires a certain music style, or if it's bouncy or serious. Future Now inspired this real bouncy rhythm, and I'll play that for you right now. Wishy-washy wishes will be resolved. Our hopes, they hold the future, and the future's right now. The future's now, sits right in our heads. If we can live it, the future's now. Each twist and turn brings us closer to. If we turn the knob, we can step right on through. The future's now, it sits right in our heads. If we can live it, the future's now. If we ignore our powers to achieve, our destiny predicts much rougher seas. Oh, the future is now, it sits right in our heads. If we can live it, the future's now. Cassandra's prophecies still loom large, but hers are not our fate. We can change. The future's now, it sits right in our heads. If we can live it, the future's now. With each opportunity that is available, if we keep on seeking, we cannot fail. The future's now, it sits right in our heads. If we can live it, the future's now. With eyes wide open, tomorrow's born today. The future now beckons those who can say. The future's now, it sits right in our heads. If we can live it, the future's now. Well, on a few occasions I've referenced Bible stories, and even though I left the Lutheran Church pretty much at the age of 18, I know I had a certain amount of influence from all the stories I was told in Bible school, and some of that information sometimes filters into my songs. This next poem is called Song of Solomon's Wisdom. And the song, I think, has much to do about teachers and what we can learn from them and what we can share with others by being teachers. Song of Solomon's Wisdom. Few Solomons do such exist. We strive to learn before we rest. Our knowledge comes in twists and turns. Good teachers guide and help us learn. Conductors on the train, discovery, they prod our wheels to spin, our minds to think. Enlightenment comes not with taps on shoulders, not found in markets, not bought from sellers. Intelligence comes from labors gracefully. No sons of David need we be. Well, I'll share with you that I'm pretty much writing the songs and composing this stuff totally on my own. I think it would be kind of a rare connection if I found somebody that could be as invested in my songs and my poems as I am and spend as much time doing them. So rather than trying to figure out how to finance a lot of good musicians to play on my songs and perform, I pretty much do them myself, and the quality, I'm sure, is much less than they could be if I could pay the best musicians in town to work on my songs. I don't think I would have gotten a couple hundred songs written in the last 3 years. I kind of go through these things and I'm really invested in the song, and sometimes by the next day I'm ready to delve into a new poem, and then necessarily I'll delve into writing a song for it. It's been a great ride. I can't tell you, to be able to totally be attentive to the things that I want to say and I want to encourage on this planet while I'm here. So I'm having a hell of a time going ahead, and having this chance on Rochester Free Radio to share them has been great. The song that I wrote for the Song of Solomon's Wisdom really came out pretty sweet, and hopefully it'll get you flowing into the violins that I threw in on this piece. The Song of Solomon's Wisdom. The Song of Solomon, a king with wisdom and David's son. Few Solomons do exist. We strive to learn and then we rest. The Song of Solomon. Our knowledge comes in twists and turns. Good teachers guide us and help us learn. Conductors on the train Discovery are proud our wheels to spin and make us sing the song of Solomon. Enlightenment comes not with a shoulder tap, not brought in markets, not found in apps. Intelligence comes laboring gracefully. No son of David, need you be the song of Solomon. The song of Solomon, a king with wisdom and David's son. A love for learning, the finest gift. To explore what's here, we mustn't miss the song of Solomon. The song of Solomon. The song. This is the Fresh Toones Show, and today's show is one of my Writing Your Songs from a Poem episode. I've been sharing the poem and the songs that go with that poem. This next poem is called The Martian in the Mirror, and I think I was trying to figure out where this Martian in the mirror came from people that had espoused some very moralistic things, and all of a sudden they flipped on them and they didn't seem to mean anything anymore, these things that they held so dearly. And all of a sudden this Martian in the mirror appears. Those things seem to have disappeared, and there's some other creature in the mirror that they never would have recognized not too long ago. And that's who the Martian in the mirror is. Maybe the poem and the song will help you figure out what I was singing about. Martian in the Mirror. A people abducted by a Martian in the mirror, invader from our inner self, alien with no ears. They sailed the galaxies, peace of mind their valued quest, but they found their fears had overcome and rushed back to whence they'd come. Under blankets they'd run and hide. The search was way too scary. Their future had been eaten by the Martian in the mirror. As I'm sharing some of the process that I go through, I don't want to diminish or not be understanding to folks that are just starting out songwriting or writing poetry. It's just something, if you do it regularly enough, you get better at it. Some people might say, well, why aren't you getting any better at it? and I'll say, well, I'm trying. I'm written more than 900 songs, and I think I've got a lot of songs still within me, and poetry has certainly opened that door again for me. Most importantly is have fun doing it. Share with the folks that you love, and when you start out, and if you can get other folks that buy into what you're singing about and writing music too, that's even better. Here's the song that goes to that, The Martian in the Mirror. We were abducted by the Martian in the mirror. Invader from inside, the alien has no ears. Sailing the galaxies, peace of mind their quest. Fear overtook them, now their hatred knows no rest. The universe called their name. They could not hear, they lost their way. Her loving stardust she offered up could not restore the love they lost, and she prayed. Said, please see the colors offered up. Your future's found in love. You've known all along. lives in the song. Let us sing her song as we float along through the depths of our lives. Let her song be our guide. Well, this next poem is called Golden Mouth. And there's been some golden mouth speakers that have led people down some bad roads, and they seem to keep appearing. How millions of people join the bandwagon, I don't know why. There's a reference to Nero in this poem, and it inspired the song called A Reborn Nero that I'll play right after this poem. Golden Mouth. The golden mouth showered lies upon the people, which gave license to mask their loathsome creeds. The author resided in their hearts concealed. Their true gold ideas had been fleeced and undone. A golden calf was erected, and they called him their hero. But as they found out, he was much more like Nero. He laughed, clapped his hands as the windows were broken, and the temple was shaken, but the bedrock withstood him. His disciples were up to their necks with blame. They ran to his side pleading, "Save us, come please." But his family and tools launched their life yachts to leave, packed up all their loot, and pushed off to plunder new seas. Now here's the song that came out of that poem. It's called A Reborn Nero. A golden mouth showered the people with the lies they desired, in which their hearts were mired. His hate fueled the fire. A golden calf was built. They called him their hero. They smashed the windows in, and he laughed like a reborn Nero. Nero, Nero. The temple was shaken, but the bedrock did withstand. His disciples said we knew nothing, but anyone with eyes can see. And the golden calf was built, and they call him their hero. And they smashed the windows in, and he laughed like a reborn Nero. Nero, Nero. The Confederates ran to his side, pleading, "Save us, please." But his family launched the life yacht, packed up their loot, set off to sea, and the golden calf ran off. He wasn't much of a hero. He's plundering new seas, and he's smiling like a Nero, Nero, Nero. Well, it's near the end of the show today, and I think I'll end the show with a kind of a sweet, calm, mellow, encouraging song that I recently wrote from a poem called Caress Your Song. And I think I captured that feeling that I have for my songs. I'm very, very nurturing of what I'm trying to say, and maybe I'm not always successful at it, but I try and caress my songs, and hopefully if you're a songwriter, you caress and you take care and share the love that you can with your songs. Caress your song. When you feel the lift within, when the you is what you sing, praise, rejoice, you found your voice. Caress your song and give your love. You've heard the message loud and clear. To sing with love is why you're here. The hands that urge extend their reach. No other path would grant you peace. Caress your song, pass it along, and give every note a hug from your heart. Clues are knocking at your gate. See who's there, it's not too late. The breeze it swirls with rhyming notes to steer your course, release your force. So pack your bags when time to move, with all the love that's come to you, the thankfulness that rises up. Request your help in spreading love. Caress your song, pass it along, hug every note and sing it out. Well, that's it for the Fresh Toones Show today. If you're a songwriter, I hope you caress your songs. If you're a poet, caress your poetry. Have a great week and have fun doing your thing. So long now. Bye. Let us lend a helping hand. Help us do all we can.